What has this computer, this disk drive, and this game got in common? Hello, Yawning Angel back with another video, this time talking about Elite on the BBC Master. Yes, the BBC Master gets another outing, and those who watch the first of my BBC Master videos will know that one of my goals was to play Elite on this system. This is the Master, this is Elite. This is the first of a two-part video explaining how I got on, and was it all plain sailing or plain flying? Well, let's find out. But before I get going, I want to mention two things. First thing is, look at this gorgeous cover for the BBC Master. This has been provided by So Ready, who can be found on social media, who does all the covers for the retro systems. This is a glorious cover for the BBC Master. I've got ones for my Amiga and for my Spectrum. They look stunning, great covers. Bit of a shout out there. I'm not being paid to say anything. I just think the quality of their work is stunning and their covers are great. Second thing, I want to give thanks to a gentleman by the name of Mark Moxon, who can be found on Twitter and Mastodon, whose knowledge of Elite on various microsystems is unsurpassed and has been a great help to me. All the information I've been given by him has been invaluable. I've managed to make some great progress in getting Elite running on the Master. Like I said, this is part one of a two-part video. More will be explained later. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Okay. So to start off then, I'm going to try and load Elite from the SD card on the MMFS system. So normal Elite first, so let's see what that does. Ooh. Yeah, that's not good, is it? That's not a good start. Okay. Let's try so go again. This time I'm going to try and load the actual master version of Elite, which is on here. So we'll give that a try. Okay, let's try this. Yep, blank screen, not very good, is it? That's not good at all. Yeah, this did not work. This did not work at all. Next up then, let's try and load it from floppy. I got this version of Elite off of a famous auction site. So actual working disc as well, apparently. So I was a little bit apprehensive. I did test this out to see if the disc would actually read beforehand. You'll have to excuse me here. I'm not 100% au fait with loading stuff from disk on the BBC. So it takes me a bit of a while here to figure out what I need to be doing. But I get there in the end, the right key combination, and we should have, just thinking about it, yes, Yawning Angel, you need to shut that flap, well done. And, what? But this is a BBC microcomputer. What? Hang on. So here's the rub, BBC Model B, this version's for. And it's not compatible with the Master, the simple reason being the ROMs are different. There are different things at different addresses in the ROMs between the Master and the BBC B version. So this is never going to work because it's looking for stuff at different address points, basically. So how could it ever work? I didn't know that at the time, but I do now. Not to be perturbed, I thought I'd go straight into the disk itself, find the main Elite file and try and run that directly. The file in question here is Elite 2, so try to run the Elite 2 file, see what happens. Go on then. Yes, looking hopeful, and that's as far as we get. The reason being it needs to write data to that floppy disk, and that is a write-protected floppy, and there was no way that I was going to unprotect it as it is an original floppy disk. So we're not going any further forward with this then. Yeah, not ideal. So Mark was able to provide me with a version that I could get onto the SD card on here. to use with the MMFS system. So I managed to get that file onto the SD card, into a slot within the MMFS system. I have trouble remembering that. And then I was able to then load that in to the master. So far things seemed as if they were going okay. So, as already mentioned, the version that Mark had given me, I'd managed to get onto a slot on the SD card for the MMFS system. I'd used my Mac, I'd used a utility on there to write that to slot 322, if I remember correctly. So basically now I've got to tell the master to mount that disk, essentially. So I'm using the disk in command on drive 0, and position 322 is where that file resides. Hey. And we're away. Look at that. Yes. So happy at this point. Yeah, you can tell, can't you? I'm really happy. I'm like a cat that got the cream and all that stuff. Awesome. That's there. Look at that. Wow. I think if I press escape, I get the next ship. Yeah, check it out. That looks so cool. I know it's jerky, but I actually prefer that to the Spectrum version. Well, good. Press space or fire, Commander. Hey, Lave. We're docked in, Lave. Let's do it. So with the game running, I decided to try and familiarise myself with the controls, because I am used to the ZX Spectrum version of Elite. That was my version of Elite back in the day. So on the Beeb, I'm just trying to figure out what goes where, what buttons I need to press for stuff. So I wanted to get some cargo in my ship, determine a planet to fly to start trading, of course. So I'm just trying to find my way around, trying to find a suitable planet. Obviously, Lave is an agricultural planet, so I'm trying to find an industrial planet to fly to. So I buy some crops and some food and just head on out. So this bit is a little bit boring. I do apologise, but it's just me finding my way. But keep watching, because there's something that happens here which is kind of what this entire video hinges on. So I'll leave you to watch. Industrial, there we go. Corporate state, good, we'll go there. Right. So I need to buy food. So buy cargo. F1. So let's buy 16 tons of food. Okay, let's go through all of those. Just get some of those for now, that's fine. Equip ship fuel, I'm okay for. Let's have... At this point, I've no idea why I brought a missile. I don't know if I was expecting to do combat straight from the off. This is just a test run, Yawning Angel. Chill out. Lay off the guns, dude. Right, and... So, present system, Lave. I'm going to go to Leasty and docked. So, yep, okay. We're looking good, looking good. So we've done the equip, right, so let's launch and let's do this. And let's launch. Launch. No, and we seem to have a lockup. Oh no, it's crashed. Not responding. Not responding. No, this is not good. Oh, nightmare. What has gone on there? But sadly, the problem comes when I've finished doing stuff in the dock and I then go to launch and the system locks up. What's happening here is that file is trying to then read from a physical disk, which doesn't exist. So what I'm going to need to do is get the files that Mark provided and extract them from MMFS, if I'm remembering this correctly, and write them out to a physical floppy disk, which I can then boot from and run the game like any normal person would. So that's going to be the next challenge and subject for the next video. And that's it for this video. You're going to have to wait till part 2 to find out how I got on and was I ultimately successful in playing Elite on the BBC Master. Thanks ever so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you do catch that part 2. Like, subscribe, do all those great fun things. Thank you for your time. Stay safe, and whatever you do, keep it retro.